Hi, welcome to Miss Music. Now, I recently posted a video for Tori Amos's current tour, and I was genuinely surprised by how many comments questioned whether her voice is still up to it. And, after more than 40 years of making music and 18 studio albums, that's a pretty big claim to make. So today I wanted to ask a simple question. Is In the Times of Dragons actually good? Or is it the sound of an artist past her peak? Well, the short answer is yes. Yes, she still is good. She's still got it. And from the very first track, Shush, any doubts are firmly put to rest. Shush is a dark, deep, menacing opening, a song dealing with female oppression and male dominance, themes that feel disturbingly relevant in the current political climate, particularly in the United States. What's striking is the way Tori uses her voice here. It's heavy and oppressive, almost claustrophobic, before lifting and softening as she takes on the voice of the oppressed. This isn't a singer struggling with age. It's an artist using vocal texture and restraint and using her voice as an expressive tool. Her voice sounds intentional. There's also a strong sense throughout this album of Tori reconnecting with her roots. Shush in particular calls back to Little Earthquakes with echoes of Me and a Gun, and even a lyrical nod to Silent All These Years. In lesser hands, this kind of self-reference might feel indulgent, but here it works as a reflection, an artist measuring how far she's come and what still matters. Now, one of my favourite tracks on Little Earthquakes was Happy Phantom, with its lighter rhythmic feel, and that side of Tori reappears on In the Times of Dragons. Songs like Gasoline Girl and Fanny Forderoy showcase just how spry and inventive she still is at the piano. The playing is percussive, it's agile, full of personality. If anyone thinks her musicianship has dulled, then these tracks prove otherwise. Thematically, this album it's very much about the present moment. There's a clear anxiety running through it, a sense of alarm about democracy being eroded and power consolidating in the hands of a few. I mean, it is chilling how a small group of people can have devastating impacts on entire nations while claiming to act in their interest. And of course, this isn't just an American issue, it's happening everywhere. Now, alongside the political, there's also a deeply personal thread about change and acceptance. Tori seems to be grappling with what it means to age as an artist, not just vocally, but psychologically. Voices change, performances change. What this album argues implicitly is that acceptance doesn't mean decline. It can bring strength, clarity, and purpose. A changing voice is simply a different instrument, and Tori knows exactly how to play it. And nearly 1 hour and 20 minutes long, In the Times of Dragons is undeniably a long album. You could argue it could benefit from a bit of a trimming. That said, the traditional album format is largely dead, and artists today are often encouraged to release more material to survive in the streaming economy. Within this reality, this album holds together impressively well. I don't think there's any weak songs here. It rewards patience, and it's well worth sticking with it to the end. The closing stretch, particularly Stronger Together and 23 Peaks, is provocative and emotionally grounding, and a reminder how good Tori Amos is at closing a record with intent rather than simply fading out. After 18 studio albums, you might expect repetition to creep in, but this feels like one of her strongest late career statements. Her voice remains one of the most characterful in popular music, and her piano playing and compositional confidence are really right at the forefront here. Listening to her play is still a genuine joy for me. So let me know what you think of In the Times of Dragons. For me, it is a solid 8 out of 10. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching.